Hi, hello children. Welcome back to Krushi School. This is 10th Biology. So far we have learned about the Mendel's law of assignment, law of independence, what is the heredity and what comes from parent to progeny, and about the DNA and law of dominance. So next is about just you have to go through the question answers related to this, then you'll be able to understand it better. Now next topic is about sex determination in human beings. Let us see how sex is determined in human beings. So we inherit our traits from our parents, right? So our characters are inherited from our parents to us. So here what is the sex determination? Whether it is a baby boy or baby girl. That's it. Determination of baby girl gender. Okay. Male or female. That is called as a sex determination. That is gender determination. So here you have to know first of all that each human cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. In our body, we are having chromosomes in each cell. And that chromosomes are 23 pairs. Already I have shown you in the reproduction chapter, in the video I have shown you, chromosomes means two chromatids will join together to make a chromosome. Okay. So 23 pairs of chromosomes. That means 46 are there. In each pair 2. So out of 23 pairs in each human cell, 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. Then among 23 pairs, 22 pairs of chromosomes are called as autosomes. 23 pairs of chromosomes are called as autosomes. This you have to remember it, children. Just underline it. Okay. Out of 23 chromosomes, 22 sets. Okay, 23 pairs లో నుంచి 22 pairs of chromosomes ని autosomes అంటాం. Okay, next. Chromosomes whose number and morphology do not differ between males and females of species are called as autosomes. Yes, one second. Okay, so what are these autosomes? These are the number and morphology do not differ between males and females. That means in males and in females, the morphology and the number does not differ anything. Say of the same species are called as autosomes. The remaining pair is called as allosomes or sex chromosomes. So the remaining one pair is called as the allosomes or sex chromosomes. These are of two types. These are of two types. So children, just remember that autosomes means the chromosomes that are same in males and females, but the morphology of the chromosomes and the shape, structure, size uh, is same in males and in females. They do not differ between the males and the females. Males lo, females lo same type of chromosomes. That are the morphology gaani number gaani same ఉంటుంది. వాటిని autosomes అంటారు. అండ్ ఆలోజోమ్స్ అంటే 23 pairs లో ఒక పేరు మిగిలిపోయిందిగా 22 ఆటోజోమ్స్ అయినప్పుడు ఆ మిగిలిన ఒక పేరు ఆలోజోమ్స్. ఓకే, so what are these allosomes? They decide the gender. They see, instead of sex I am telling you, I am representing the word gender. Okay, so there are two types, X and Y. These X chromosome and Y chromosome determine the sex of an individual. Baby boy or baby girl depends upon these chromosomes. Females have two X chromosomes in their cells. ఆడవాళ్ళలో 2 X chromosomes ఉంటాయి. Okay, males X chromosome, Y chromosome are present in their cells. మన బాడీ సెల్ లో ఉమెన్ కి ఫీమేల్ కి X chromosomes ఉంటాయి. And like in the male there will be X and Y chromosomes in their cell. All the gametes ova produced by women. Ova, what is ova? The egg that is present in the woman. Ovule nunchi ova release avutundi kada, egg release avutundi kada. So in that egg the woman will have only X chromosomes. Only X chromosomes maatrame woman will release only X chromosome. Very very importantly you have to keep it in your mind. Ova will produce only X chromosomes. Next, the gametes. Okay, the gametes, that is sperm produced by a man are of two types. The man will produce sperms. In sperms, there are X chromosome and Y chromosome. Two chromosomes in each every cell produced by the man. In males are having X chromosomes and Y chromosomes. And fertilizes the ovum X chromosome. So here, if the sperm carries Y chromosome, sperm only Y chromosome ni carry chesi women lo ఉన్న X chromosome ni fertilize చేసినప్పుడు the baby will be having XY condition. Here from the male Y chromosome, the cell is the cell is carrying only Y chromosome. Suppose because the male are having both X chromosome and Y chromosome, but during the fertilization, in from the sperms, only Y chromosome is released and it is fertilized with the X chromosome in the female. ఆడవాళ్ళలో only X chromosome ఉంటుంది. It depends upon the males. Males only it is decided which chromosome has to come outside. If suppose Y chromosome has come outside and the X chromosome from the woman, then the egg will be having XY chromosome. Then the baby will be a boy. Then baby will be a boy. If suppose the male has released X chromosome, again the X chromosome has to fertilize with the X chromosome of the woman. Females లో నుంచి X chromosome మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. Male లో నుంచి X chromosome, when these two X chromosomes combine together, then it will be a baby girl. What will happen if the sperm containing X chromosome fertilizes the ovum? Sperm నుంచి వచ్చిన X chromosome ovum తో fertilize అవుతే double X will be found, baby girl. Who decide the sex of the baby? Mother or father? Then who is the reason for here to have a baby girl or baby boy? అంటే పాప పుట్టాలి లేదా బాబు పుట్టాలి అనేదాన్ని ఎవరు డిసైడ్ చేస్తారు? How is it is happening? It totally depends upon the male. It totally depends upon the male. If the male releases the Y chromosome, then the baby boy will take birth. If the males will release X chromosome, then the baby girl will be take birth. So, in many cases nowadays it is little bit less, but in before days what happened? ఆడపిల్ల పుట్టిందని చెప్పేసి ఆడవాళ్ళదే తప్పు, లైక్ అత్త కోడల్ని మాత్రమే తిట్టడం, భర్త కూడా భార్యని తిట్టడం, నువ్వు ఆడపిల్లనే కంటున్నావు మగ పిల్లని ఇవ్వట్లేదు. సో ఆల్ దీస్ కేసెస్ still some rare cases are there. So this is happening because they are not educated at that time. Now you will be knowing now. Now you are educated. Maybe in future also you may be facing this problem as a woman. Even the girls will be having lot of problem in their mother-in-law's house, that you have given birth to baby girl. No, we want baby boy. They'll be harass the woman like this. So the boys also has to remember that it is not mistake of a woman to give birth, whether to be a baby girl or a baby boy. So girls, be strong, and you should be know that it totally depends upon the males whether baby girl ki birth ఇవ్వాలా baby boy ki birth ఇవ్వాలా అనేది it is not depend upon the woman. It is not there in the hand of the woman. Next, is the sex also a character or trait? Yes, gender is a character. It is also a character and a trait that comes from parents to offspring. Were all your traits similar to that of your parents? No, not all. Only some characters will be same. Okay. Next, discovery of sex chromosome. Who has discovered this allosomes? Let us see. Walter Seton and Thomas Hunt Morgan in the year 1956 studied on the small fruit fly, Drosophila melanogaster, at Columbia University. The discovery of sex-linked traits in Drosophila indicated that genes are on chromosomes. So, the genes are present on the chromosomes. They worked on the details of inheritance in Drosophila. So, ఈ ప్లాంట్ పైన వాళ్ళు ఫస్ట్ స్టడీ చేశారు about this allosomes and autosomes. Okay, this is only there in this chapter. Remaining we have learned how the chromatids, sister chromatids, non-sister chromatids, how the fusion of these gametes will form a ovum, that is the baby egg, fetus. Then after taking birth it is called as a baby, before it called as a fetus. Okay, here you can see in the figure number 4 in the textbook, children. So ex mother, father was having 23 pairs 44 XY chromosomes and mother is having 44 XX chromosomes. So here gymnosperm, endosperm, gymnosperm and endosperm, eggs and the gametes. So when X fertilizes with the X, the baby girl will take place. When the Y fertilizes with the X, baby boy will take birth. Okay. So next about the evolution. We are going to learn about the evolution. Variations develop during reproduction in organisms from one generation to other, from one generation to other. So when these generations are passing from so many years, small differences, small variations will take place. Sexual reproductions and errors in DNA copying leads to variation in offspring in a population. So some errors in the DNA leads to minute variation in the DNA will lead to the variation in the offspring. Is it not? DNA లో కొంచెం చేంజ్ ఉన్నా అది బేబీలో చేంజ్ ఉంటుంది. Let us try to study the consequence of variation in population of an insect in an environment. ఒక environment లో ఉన్న ఒక bird గురించి evolution ఎలా takes place అయిందో చూద్దాం మనం. Here you can see in the picture ma, there is a crow, is it not? And the beetles అంటే ఇది ఒక రకమైన పురుగులు, ఓకేనా? So here first you can see all the red beetles, only one green beetle. In the next generation, uh, red and green beetle are there. In the third generation, you can see most of them are green and some of them are red. In other generation, all the green beetles are present. So this was the variation in the population in three different situations. Uh, So here you can see, let us consider a group of 12 beetles. Okay, in first picture you are having 12 beetles, right? They live on the bushes on green leaves. Green aapula, they are feeding on it. Their population will grow by sexual reproduction. So they were able to generate variations in population. Let us assume crows eat these red beetles. If the crows eat the red, so when there are 12 beetles, when they have sexual reproduction, they'll grow. That means their population will be increased. So they were able to generate variation in population. Let us assume that crows eat these red beetles. Crows only red beetles ne తిన్నాయి. Assume that if the crows eat more red beetles, ఎక్కువగా red beetles తినేసాయి అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, red beet population less అయిపోతుంది. Okay, let us discuss about three different situations in details. Situation number 1. Here you can see the situation number 1. In this situation, a color variation arises during reproduction, so that they appear on one beetle that is green in color instead of red. So what is happening in here? Situation number 1. Moreover, this green color beetle passes its colors to offspring, so that all its progeny are green. Green color beetle ఏం చేస్తుంది, తన పిల్లలందరికీ గ్రీన్ కలర్ ని ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ ని పాస్ చేస్తూ ఉంది. But what is happening here? Crows cannot see the green color beetles on the green leaves. చెట్లు కూడా గ్రీన్ కలర్ లో ఉంటాయి, beetles కూడా గ్రీన్ కలర్ లో ఉండడం వల్ల క్రో దాన్ని చూడలేకపోతుంది. ఓకేనా? And therefore crows cannot eat them. అందుకని కాకులు వాటిని తినడం ఆపేశాయి. But crows can see the red beetles and eat them. ఎర్రగా ఉన్న మాత్రమే ఈజీగా ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి క్రోస్ మొత్తం వాటిని తినేస్తున్నాయి. As a result, there are more and more green beetles than red ones, which decrease in their number. So last ఏమైపోతుంది? You can see in this picture ma. So first there was only one green beetle. Then all the red beetles reduce అయిపోయి లాస్ట్ కి మనకి గ్రీన్ కలర్ బీటిల్స్ మాత్రమే మిగిలాయి. ఎందుకంటే క్రోస్ రెడ్ బీటిల్స్ మొత్తం తినేస్తే వాటి ఆఫ్ స్ప్రింగ్ రెడ్ బీటిల్స్ రావాలి కదా, ఇవన్నీ తినేస్తాయి. సో దెర్ ఇస్ నో progeny of the red beetles. The variation of color in beetle green gave a survival advantages to green beetles than red beetle. ఇక్కడ కలర్ ఏం చేసింది, వాటిని సర్వైవ్ అవ్వడానికి హెల్ప్ చేసింది, అవి బ్రతకడానికి ఒక ప్లస్ పాయింట్ అయింది. In other words, it was naturally selected. We can see that the natural selection was exerted by the crow. Here the crow is naturally selecting the red color beetles. The more crows there are, the more red beetles would be eaten and the more number of green beetles in the population. ఎక్కువగా కాకుండా ఎక్కువ రెడ్ బీటిల్స్ తినేస్తాయి. Thus, the natural selection is directing evolution in the beetle population. It results in adaptation in the beetle population to fit the environment better. So, this is called as a natural selection. ఇందులో కలర్ పైన డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉండి పాపులేషన్ ఏది ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి ఏది తక్కువ ఉండాలి అనేది డిసైడ్ అయిపోయింది. In situation number 2, you can see here. In situation number 2, you can see here instead of green color, blue color beetle instead of red color beetle also. In this situation, color variation occurs again in the progeny during reproduction, but now it results in blue color beetles instead of red color beetles. This blue color beetle can pass its color to progeny so that all the progeny are blue color. So, ఈ blue color beetle తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి సెకండ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో వాటి బేబీస్ కూడా అన్ని బ్లూ కలర్ లోనే వస్తాయి. Now crows can see blue color beetles on the green leaves of the bushes and the red ones as well. ఇప్పుడు కాకులకి రెడ్ కలర్ బీటిల్స్ కనిపిస్తాయి, బ్లూ కలర్ బీటిల్స్ కూడా కనిపిస్తాయి కదా. Therefore, crows can eat both red and blue beetles. రెండింటిని తినొచ్చు. In this case, there is no survival advantage of blue colored beetles, as we have seen in the case of green colored beetles. సర్వైవల్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏమీ లేదు. అంటే కలర్ ఏం చేసింది అక్కడ, బ్రతకడానికి హెల్ప్ చేసింది, అది సర్వైవల్ అడ్వాంటేజ్. ఇక్కడ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏం లేదు కదా, కలర్ది ఏ కలర్ అయినా కనిపిస్తుంది తినేస్తాయి. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ ఇనిషియల్లీ ఇన్ ద పాపులేషన్ దేర్ ఆర్ ఓన్లీ ఫ్యూ బ్లూ బీటల్స్ బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆర్ రెడ్. సో తర్వాత ఏమైనా ఎక్కువగా రెడ్ ఉండి కొన్ని బ్లూ అయిపోయాయి. ఇమాజిన్ అట్ దిస్ పాయింట్ అన్ ఎలిఫెంట్ కమ్స్ బై అండ్ స్టంప్స్ ద బుషెస్ వేర్ ద బీటిల్ లీవ్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఇమాజిన్ దట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ వచ్చేసి తన కాల్ని బుషెస్ పైన పెట్టింది. దిస్ కిల్స్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద బీటిల్స్. అలా కొన్ని బీటిల్స్ చనిపోయాయి. బై ఛాన్స్ ఎ ఫ్యూ బీటిల్స్ సర్వైవ్డ్ ఆర్ మోస్ట్లీ బ్లూ. ఇలా చనిపోయిన వాటిలో ఎక్కువగా రెడ్ బీటిల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఎలిఫెంట్ ఫుడ్ స్టాంప్ పడి ఆల్ రెడ్ బీటిల్స్ చనిపోయి బ్లూ కలర్ మాత్రం మిగిలాయంట. అగైన్ ద బీటిల్ పాపులేషన్ సోల్లీ ఇంక్రీజెస్. మెల్లిమెల్లిగా మళ్ళీ రీప్రొడక్షన్ ద్వారా బీటిల్స్ లైఫ్ పాపులేషన్ పెరుగుతుంది. బట్ ఇన్ ద బీటిల్ పాపులేషన్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ ఆర్ ఇన్ బ్లూ కలర్. సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ బ్లూ కలర్ మిగిలినాయి కాబట్టి రీప్రొడక్షన్ ద్వారా మళ్ళీ బ్లూ కలర్ బీటిల్స్ మాత్రమే పాపులేషన్ కనిపిస్తాయి. Sometimes accidents may also result in changes in certain characters of the population. Characters has been governed by genes. Thus, there is a change in the frequency of genes in small population. This is known as genetic drift, which provides diversity in the population. So, as we have learned that characters are decided by the genes. So, there is a small difference, change in the frequency of the genes, which is known as a genetic drift. ఈ ఆన్సర్ కూడా చదవండి. So let us think of another situation, number 3. In this case, beetles population is increasing, but suddenly bushes were affected by a plant disease. ఇక్కడ beetle population బాగా ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది కానీ చెట్లకు ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చి చనిపోయాయి. In which leaf material was destroyed or which leaves are affected by this beetle got less food material. అప్పుడు beetles కి ఫుడ్ సరిగ్గా దొరకదు. So beetles are poorly nourished. అవి చాలా వీక్ అయిపోయాయి. So the weight of the beetles decrease but no changes takes place in the genetic material. అప్పుడు అవి చాలా వీక్ అయిపోతాయి కదా ఫుడ్ దొరకక. Only they'll become weak but DNA does not change. Okay. After a few years the plant diseases are eliminated. కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత ప్లాంట్ డిసీజెస్ పోయి ప్లాంట్స్ చక్కగా పెరగడం స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాయి. బుషెస్ ఆర్ హెల్తీ విత్ ప్లెంటీ ఆఫ్ లీవ్స్. వాట్ డూ యూ థింక్ విల్ బి కండిషన్ ఆఫ్ ద బీటల్స్? అప్పుడు బీటల్స్ కండిషన్ ఏంటి? మళ్ళీ చక్కగా తింటే హెల్తీగా ఉంది. DNA does not change in this situation. Okay. So here what you have to remember is that these are called as a variations, different types of small changes that takes like that gives rise to the evolution. Like evolution in the sense we came from the ape kada. Apes ఎలా ఉంటాయి, man ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎలా ఉన్నాము. So we have come from them, but what happened from one generation to the other generation, DNA is the same, the characters are same, even the apes were having knowledge. Okay, right? Because of that, the early man invented the fire. Because the ape was having the knowledge, same thing is passed to the next generation. The early man, they invented the fire. But what is happening? Small variations like maybe the hairstyle, maybe the way of dressing, is it not? So this was passed from one generation to the other generation. So they started the civilization, they started the transport, but they used to go with the bullock carts. Now we are using the aeroplanes. There is a small variation, but the DNA material has not changed. Clear? That's why still they have come to know that human life started from the ape. So the change that has come from ape to the man over a million of years, చాలా మిలియన్ ఆఫ్ ఇయర్స్ తీసుకుంది టైం ఇది. ఓకేనా? ఫ్రమ్ ఎయిట్ నుంచి కంప్లీట్ గా మోడర్న్ మ్యాన్ చేంజ్ అవ్వడానికి. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ద ఎవల్యూషన్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ అక్వైర్డ్ అండ్ ఇన్హెరిటెడ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఎవల్యూషన్ లామార్కిజం. Okay, children, I'll be continuing the same thing in our next class. Thank you.